Well, now, the affordable housing bill, which has been described by some quarters as one of Kenya Kwanza's government's pet projects, has faced its fair share of turbulent times. From the time of inception, the opposition coalition, employers in the country, and the citizenry have been opposed to the fund. And in the courts, the government suffered blows twice before regularizing the framework around the levy through a bill which was passed by the Senate and the National Assembly, leading up to today's assent by the President. NTV's Sydney Chazima now takes us through the cantankerous bill, that is the Affordable Housing Act.
The function that marked the presidential assent to the Affordable Housing Bill was jolly and warm. But the process to regularize the bill was not as rosy.
We have no time to waste. There is no room for delay. There is no room for sabotage. This program is not stoppable. This program is unstoppable.
These were the president's remarks after the High Court led by Justice David Majanja ruled on the 23rd of November last year that the levy was unconstitutional, adding that it was discriminatory in that it only allowed for the fund to be deducted from salaried Kenyans alone. The president's allies stood in his corner and at one time urged him to start disregarding court orders.
Raisi, sisi tuna encourage wewe. Wenye kukuandika kazi ni hawa ndio matajiri wako. Hapana watu ya kotini.
The government, through its legal team, would however be granted a reprieve in the same Justice David Majanja ruling that allowed it to continue collecting the fund pending further court action in January this year. But on the 26th of January, government suffered another setback after the Court of Appeal declined to suspend orders barring the state from deducting housing levy from Kenyans. And in a bizarre turn of events, Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, filed an appeal at the Supreme Court challenging the decision of the appellate court. But as the push and pull between the three arms of government over the Affordable Housing Bill intensified, National Assembly's Finance and Planning Committee continued conducting public participation on the bill. Later, National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah would table an amended Affordable Housing Bill that sought to address the shortcomings pointed out by the courts. The debates in Parliament were not a walk in the park.
It is hypocrisy for you to extend the sitting of the House so that you can achieve your nefarious political ends.
That a person cannot acquire more than one affordable housing unit. What if we get to the point where this project, assuming has become so successful that all Kenyans who wish to apply have applied and have been allocated housing units? Are you going to shut down the scheme?
Last month, the National Assembly and the Senate moved to pass the bill with the proposed amendments, thus setting the stage for the eventful assenting of the bill by the head of state.
All the monies that we are raising through the housing levy will all go to the intended cause, which is to rejuvenate the sector, to give Kenyans dignity, and especially to build also multipliers within the value chain.
The government is now set to resume the deductions this month after an advisory by the Attorney General Justin Muturi saw some employers refund the January and February deductions. But is government out of the woods yet with the cantankerous housing levy? Sydney Chazima, NTV.